The way things work at Viking, a little bit different than the traditional makeup of a commercial construction company. Most commercial construction companies have a separate estimating department, a separate project management department, and at Viking you get the same person start to finish. Your project manager bids your job, project manager builds your job. The people involved with your project are just a lot more hands-on and a lot more concerned about the owner's needs rather than the builder's needs.
Kidville is kind of a community place for young families, and our franchisees want to open a Kidville so that they can create that community in their own city or town.
Kidville came to us in the beginning. We had a project with them in Carlsbad, and instantly we got together with Kidville and saw a partnership that was born out of professionalism on their part, professional on Viking's part.
Viking is Kidville's preferred construction partner. They manage the construction process for our franchisees in markets across the nation.
They have a knowledge base of Kidville already going into it, so they may have to learn a new market, they may have to learn a new site, but they already know Kidville, so you save a lot of time and a lot of money.
As soon as a franchisee decides that they want to move forward with a space, and prior to signing the lease, that's when Viking comes in for the site survey. The site survey serves as a starting point for the franchisee to know what they have in their building. They know where their sewer is, they know where the plumbing is, they know where the electrical is.
At that point after the site survey, before I signed the lease, if they were to discover something, then I could back out of that lease with no penalty and look for a new space.
Walking into a vanilla shell, we would call it in here, just basically a rough building. How do you imagine a Kidville would go into this place? That's what we help you do. So for example, when you got a fire riser like this, fire gauge, fire box, the fire department needs to have access to this full time. So what you've got to do is you've got to consider that you've got a closet here that's got to have access to it, and you can't just drywall around this and cover this fire riser. Another important part of the site survey is identifying the sewer and where it runs through the building. If you do a design without identifying the sewer, you're going to have to go back once they find the sewer and redo the design.
When we asked, are there any structural walls, the answer from the landlord was no. And when we did the site survey, we found a structural wall, which then means there's more cost to incur, which means I can then go back to the landlord and say, look, there's a structural wall, we didn't know about it, that's more cost, I need more tenant improvement money from you. So there were real numbers that Viking were able to help me save, upwards of $15,000.
The small cost of doing a site survey can save tens of thousands.
We've had several franchisees work with Viking thus far, a couple all the way from the site survey through to the construction completion, and a few that are in the site survey process currently and have gotten great reviews.
They deliver on time, they meet their deadlines, and they communicate. They let me know what was going on at all times. If I ever called or emailed, I got a very prompt response. So I thought that they did a phenomenal job.
They help us to streamline that construction process, they help us to save costs, and they help the franchisees to get open quicker so that they can focus on the important things for their business, marketing and sales.
I love to build. I love to create. I love to work with the end users through the process, all the way to the build out till they open their doors.
A franchisee may not choose the full suite of Viking services. However, we always suggest that they use at least part of the services, whether it's site survey or bid management, because the franchisee, even if they have technical skilled knowledge in a particular area, they've never built a Kidville. Viking has built a Kidville.
There's a level of professionalism, there's a level of trustworthiness and honesty, and you just, you feel safe in their arms.